I've opened up my mouth for opiates a couple times before. Okay, maybe a million times, but who's counting? Point is, I know what it feels like to be physically and emotionally dependent on a substance. Like committed, ride or die. But what happens when you get hooked on something you never even meant to try? I've been sober for over 6 years now, and
Can
nothing—
you shut the fuck up?
Oh, sorry. I'm really passionate about my story.
Do you want to try this gas station heroin?
Oh, what is that?
7-0.
7-0.
708.
708
is 13 times more potent than morphine.
Are easily available at convenience stores across the country, highly addictive, and marketed to people struggling with sobriety.
I'm gonna take one for the team. I actually asked my mom to go buy me some 7-0. She thinks it's an energy drink, so she's totally down to buy it. It's totally fine. For scientific purposes, I am going to experience the 7-0 debacle and then let you guys really know the tea. I think I have something here. Yeah, so just, you guys, I need to take one for the team. I know you guys are all just like super scared about it. No, actually, dude, I am not gonna do no 7-0 bullshit because I heard the withdrawals are incredibly horrible, worse than fentanyl withdrawal. They're much more intense. I mean, it's just the whole thing. And the sucky part is that these smoke shops and these places are marketing 7-0 as if it were Kratom, as if it were a natural herbal tea, or as if it was even an energy shot, which is crazy. Like, they're marketing it towards people that are just trying to like feel awake. And it sucks even more because when you go, a lot of people have actually been going into treatment for it, and they're saying they don't even have robust like protocols in terms of detox for this shit. Like, it's so new that they don't know how to approach it necessarily. So I actually got to talk to Kratom Ninja. His name is Jordan. He's a former heroin addict, 12 years free from the heroin debacle. He is a Kratom advocate, author, and someone who actually works directly with researchers, lawmakers, and the Kratom industry. So if there's someone who knows this shit, it's probably him. Let's go ahead and see what kind of answers he gives to my stupid questions. Is 7-0 like not Kratom, or what is the difference, or like why are people lumping them together?
Yeah, so 7-hydroxy, so the main alkaloid in kratom is called metragenine. Think of metragenine to kratom as caffeine to coffee. Without caffeine, there is no coffee. Without metragenine, there is no kratom. Well, there's no 7-hydroxy within the kratom leaf itself. Like when I went to Indonesia and I picked the leaf off the tree, there's 0 7-hydroxy. But that leaf needs to get turned into powder to be sent here to the States. So the leaf has to dry. During that drying process, due to oxidation, very minuscule amounts of metragenine, kratom's main alkaloid, is converted into 7-hydroxy metragenine. That's why it's called 7-hydroxy metragenine, because it used to be metragenine, but due to oxidation or your metabolism, minuscule amounts of metragenine get turned into 7-OH. But it's literally less than 0.00100%. Like, think of 7-hydroxy as like 1 grain of sand on the whole beach. Like, it doesn't matter. It's not there, basically. Like, the lab equipment is barely picking it up. But again, there's a difference between a fresh leaf and dried kratom powder. Because the fresh leaf, there's 0% 7-hydroxy, but in the dried kratom powder, there's less than 0.0100%. But what these companies are doing is that they are taking a kratom extract, and even kratom extracts are different than regular kratom. Think of like an extract as like a caffeine pill, and kratom in its natural form is like a cup of coffee, if that makes sense. Well, what these companies do is they'll take a metragenine extract, then they'll chemically convert it into 7-hydroxy. Using a chemical process. Some people say they use like pool chemicals and all that type of stuff to like chemically convert it. I was invited to the University of Florida with a gentleman named Dr. Chris McCurdy, who's been testing kratom since 2005. He's been given millions and millions of dollars by the National Institute of Drug Abuse. And he took me into his laboratory and he showed me every single brand of 7-hydroxy. And then he shows me like the the results of the test, everyone came back for unknown substances to science in it. It's not even purely just 7 hydroxy. Because of the chemical conversion they're doing, they are unknowingly making new chemicals, basically.
Time to dumb it down for all my dumb hoes. Real Kratom. It's literally a leaf. So you dry it, grind it up, drink it, whatever. 7-0. Now that's not a leaf. That is actually not natural. That is somebody in a lab coat doing some extracurricular activities, learning how to cook, girl. So they basically take the plant, cook it up with chemicals, shake it, and turn it into something 5,000 times stronger than what the real plant is. And because of that messy, shady, sketchy process, they're accidentally making shit that they don't even know or nobody fully understands, which is why it's doing some pretty crazy withdrawals to some people.
They're masquerading it as kratom, and it's not. It's so farther that you can't even like compare the two. I always tell people the best for some people the best way out of addiction is kratom, but for a lot of people the best way into addiction is 7 hydroxy. That doesn't mean that there's not a time and place for 7 hydroxy. Like I don't respect the 7 hydroxy industry whatsoever, because they'll put like billboards saying like, oh, free samples 7 hydroxy, like, you know, just text this number, or they'll make it look like a Xanax and or like a Percocet and call it like the perks of kratom. You know, they're taking a life-saving plant and risking access to hundreds of thousands of people. Like the whole state of Louisiana lost access to kratom because of 7 hydroxy. You know, for I mean, even the FDA, like back in 2016, the FDA hated kratom. They hated it so much. They're like, it's a synthetic opioid, it's killing people. Now there's been 450 published studies on kratom. Now the FDA is running human trials on kratom. Like that's how I know the people running the trials. Like that's how much it's come. Even the FDA commissioner said, we are not targeting the leaf whatsoever. We are targeting these synthetics, because you started seeing a lot of these problems happen because of 7 hydroxy. You know, again, there's kratom can 100% cause physical dependency in some people, but the vast majority of people say they get their lives back.
All right, so the next person we get to talk to is Toria, and she's actually over 30 days sober. I find her story super inspirational. She's been in recovery for a while, but she recently fought the good fight and got off that dang 7-0. She actually just went to the gas station or vape shop or whatever with the intention to get an energy drink, and she unintentionally came out with a 7-0 dependency.
They offered me a free sample of the 7-Os, and he directed me on how to actually take it. So I'm like, does he take this on a regular basis, or is this just like what they told him to do? You know what I mean? And so he was like, hey, try this free sample, take half, and within a few minutes, everything will feel like fine. And then, take the other half later. And I was like, okay, no problem. So I took the first half, and instantly it connected to the opiate receptors. It felt like a whole new world. The sun was brighter, the trees were, greener. It was just a completely different experience. I was like, wow, this is great. And it's sold over the counter, so I don't have to go get a prescription. This is what my mind is thinking. So I wound up taking the second half and found myself back at the vape shop to get a 3-pack. And so a 3-pack came into a 5-pack, 5-pack came into 4 packs, and the 5th one free. And so everything with that has just been, it's just been an experience.
Hydroxy binds incredibly tightly to the mu-opioid receptor, for sure. Also, too, what a lot of these people don't say, like they'll say, oh, 7-hydroxy can't cause respiratory depression, but it can. So kratom itself cannot cause respiratory depression. It doesn't activate the arrestin 2 beta pathway, which is what causes respiratory depression from opioids. However, Dr. Chris McCurdy, the guy that I went to interview, he released a study called bidirectional breathing in rats, where they gave kratom in high doses to rats and their breathing increased, like rapid heart rate and everything. But again, the same thing would happen with caffeine, you know. But when they gave high doses of 7 hydroxy, the rats stopped breathing, you know. So there's a lot of false marketing within the 7 hydroxy industry too, saying, oh, it can't cause respiratory depression. It can in like extreme amounts, but it definitely can. The withdrawal from 7 hydroxy is typically short lived, but it's brutal.
The next day, I felt like my body was literally jumping out of my skin. Like I was having an outer body experience. How I could describe it is, you know how back in the day when the TV was like going off, it would have the white and black zigzags
Yeah.
like that. That's how my body felt. Like if you know when your foot falls asleep and the tingling feeling starts to come back and you feel
Mm-hmm.
like you're like limping a little bit because it feels weird,
Yeah.
that but 10 times worse.
Oof.
I couldn't take a shower. I couldn't like get up. Like my body, I actually had a seizure. To be honest with you, I had a seizure.
Mm-hmm.
The tech had walked in and noticed that I was seizing, and they immediately gave me Ativan to
Mm-hmm.
calm my body and make sure that I was okay.
So if you're still watching, shout out to you. I'm about to end this video. It's like technically like my first YouTube video, and I just want to say thank you and shout out to everybody that helped me make it, Toria and Jordan. Um, Obviously, I really am passionate about recovery, substance use. That whole world is just, I mean, I was impacted by it very heavily. So I like hearing people's different stories. And the good news is that we all recover in different ways. We all go through our own ups and downs, but I really wanted to get a little bit more perspective with this whole 7-0 thing. Again, I don't want to say any drugs are good and bad, but definitely having awareness on what these substances can do and how they can impact your brain chemistry is super important to know. But yeah, I'll leave you with some wise words from my girl Toria. And if you're in recovery, if you're using right now or chaotically using, just know that you have a place in mi corazon.
Thank you. Yeah, where I see myself within the next 5 years is actually being an activist against 7 O's. So I'm currently in school to get my bachelor's degree in psychology and biology.
Mm,
And I hope to be either a group facilitator or a therapist um, at a treatment center.
mm-hmm,
Um, I plan to do that, but also to just be an advocate for voices of Black and Brown people who can't necessarily speak up for themselves. And, you know, probably I thought about starting a podcast actually with
mm-hmm,
my mom on just how taboo it is within the Black community about mental health and addiction and Christianity and alcoholism, you know, all the topics that are uncomfortable to talk about. But to have
mm-hmm.
my mom be sober and then me also be sober and being able to talk about this um, and be really vulnerable and raw with one another is just something that I'm blessed and grateful for that it will be coming. So be on the lookout for that. It will be coming.
Oh, yes, 100%. That sounds like a
Yes.
really cool dynamic. And again, that's a really beautiful thing that you guys share in between you guys, but also something that I feel can definitely be important for other people listening. So, yeah, let me know, girl.
Yes.
Really quick before we end, do you have any last words or piece of advice to anyone that may be watching or listening?
Feel free to contact me. My phone, I have TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, whatever. The best way to get that information is on TikTok and DM me if you need help. I know a few
Hmm.
people, not few, but a lot of people who are willing to help. So reach out. If you don't have insurance, there's people that can scholarship you. There's a lot of opportunities in recovery. And if I can do it, if Ronnie can do it, you can do it as well. Um, I love you if nobody told you today, but like everyone says, God loves you more or your higher power loves you more. So just, you know, you're here for a reason. understand that you're here for a reason. And it's probably to advocate as well. So use your voice, use your powers and your skills to make change in this world and protect the next person that may be coming along.
If you're chaotically using right now, please hear this. You are not alone. You are special. And your life can still go in any direction you choose. We need you. And if you need support, please feel free to reach out to any of the people in the video, including myself. I'm always a comment or a DM away. Much love.